What tools do engineers use to make design decisions, CAD versus simulation? Let's look at some research. Alright, are you ready to look at some research? Today we're going to be sharing some findings from a past study. This one was a few years ago, but I think it's still accurate and representative of what's going on in the industry. So let's take a look. So first off, what we're going to do is look at the tools that engineers are using to make design decisions. So specifically in this study, we isolated the respondents that stated they made design decisions, first off. Then we asked questions, well, how consistent and how frequent are you using different tools? And in this case, we're looking at CAD. So this is a tool that you use to develop geometry, 3D shape, and what's interesting about this is that the number is so high. You know, there was this idea not that long ago that, hey, really engineers just use CAD once they've already kind of made all their design decisions. They kind of want to document it as a 3D model and not before that, not to explore lots of different iterations. But I think this finding kind of puts that to bed, right? So they're using this tool in a lot of different ways to support their design decisions. So that's CAD. Let's look at simulation. Here we see a different story. Where before with CAD we saw it being used very frequently and very consistently by those that are making design decisions. You can see here with simulation, there's a big shift to the right, into this frequent but inconsistent or consistent and infrequent, right? Those kind of two very similar categories of it's not being used that much, and if it is, maybe it's being used in spurts. So this is a really interesting contrast, CAD versus simulation being used. For me, it kind of speaks to what's on the critical path for engineers. You know, what has to get done as part of the design process to get into design release and hit that deadline and keep moving. So I think right now, simulation isn't seen as on the critical path, whereas CAD is. So that's something that kind of needs to change. And we can talk about the benefits to reducing the rounds of prototyping, reducing scrap and rework, reducing change orders. But unless maybe it's mandated by executives, I've seen that in some organizations, unless the benefit is seen as, we can't move forward without this, then it's going to continue to kind of languish in this state. So that's the state of simulation and CAD for those making design decisions. That's it. Take care and talk soon.